Hey, what's going on, guys? Back with another mini scheme today. We're gonna be talking about the wide offset, and you got two ways you can kind of run this. There's the stock package that has your tight end in. Hold on, I gotta change that. So yeah, this is a stock package, so it's gonna have a tight end. If you go over to the wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2 slot, you can change that tight end to just like a slot receiver. Like if I do the wide receiver 1 slot, it takes out Millen Ostrom and puts on Jamar Chase. You can kind of do pretty much all the same stuff with it, but if you're a cut guy, you can get away with the tight end because the tight ends are fast and cut. If you're a Riggs guy, you might as well just go ahead and swap to the wide receiver 1 slot. Also, because if you do the wide receiver 1 slot, your audibles, you can pretty much audible to anything. So you can kind of just stay in this and audible to wide stack, wide bunch. Let me show you how that works. So I got the wide receiver 1 slot package on now. So I can go to, let's just pick a random like inside zone. And now look at my audibles. Instead of being the 11 personnel ones, we got all the 10 personnel ones. So we got wide stack, wide bunch, wide trips, wide offset. And that's kind of clutch too because the RPO game out of wide offset isn't great, but the RPO game out of wide is a little bit better. But just something to think about. I'm not going to go too much in depth on wide. I'm just going to go about wide offset. But yeah, let's get into the plays. All right, so here's the way I set up my audibles. I always like to have some kind of run play. Inside zone's what I picked just because it's good, all around run. Then we got the RPO zone alert hitches. This RPO is okay, but it's also the only one that's in this package. If you just didn't want to run an RPO and just maybe try to get like a little bit, I don't know, better at quick reading instead of just throwing RPOs and kind of makeshift your own RPOs, then you could do that too. All goes good. This is my go-to pass play against one high. You can use against two high too, but one high mainly. I mean, you can just throw a touchdown every time. And PA slot choice. So let's get into how we run these plays. So inside zone, it's pretty basic. If you come out there in a two high shell, we got numbers right here. I'm not gonna go too much in depth with it, but you can also like check your blocking, and you see there's gonna be a double team on this nose tackle, the one directly lined up over the center. I mean, I've learned that means there's probably gonna be a bigger gap there. So that's where I'm gonna look at first, and then aim to cut back after that. Yeah, like see, there's a huge gap there. But see how that guy blows that up? Same way the users do online. If you have a guy that's a user in it, and he uses it pretty well, because like the AI, you can just kind of do this. But if there's a guy that you're playing online and he uses it well, the best way to get him is when you do a 45 quick base. And the reason being is you have a pulling guard. I wouldn't run here, by the way. They have 6 against 5, but we're gonna do it just for the sake of it. But yeah, if he's trying to user it, look how that pulling guard will take him. It works really well online. It's like he'll try to user it, and then he just gets blocked. Sometimes I can still get around it, but against a not so good user, it makes all the difference in the world. So you can really go with either one of those runs. Personally, I like to do a little bit of both. Then we got one more run play I want to talk about. All right, then we got the 0-1 trap. The 0-1 trap's just a really good run. I mean, you can pick up a lot of yardage out of it. And I mean a lot of yardage. I've had many like 60+ yard touchdowns off this play. I'm gonna show you guys how you can make it even better. See, this is why I usually like to keep the tight end in, but we had the wide receiver in right now. But if you motion him over, motion the tight end or the slot guy over, he comes in this like H-back position. And then it kind of turns into almost like a power trap. You're like, it's a trap, but you're gonna have a lead blocker. Like Jamar Chase probably isn't the best blocker. Let me put a tight end back in and show you. Yeah, see, we got Millen Ostrom coming in. So we're gonna motion him in, and that's gonna give us the numbers advantage, or at least the even numbers advantage. And then, like I said, we pretty much got like a power blocker. I don't know, just something that kind of opens it up pretty good. And then we tied into the pass game in a little bit. We'll do one more here and then move on to pass plays. So I'm gonna add this in here. Another big key to the run game is you have read options and speed options. I mean, I know you guys already know how to run those, so I'm not gonna talk about them too much, but they are really good options. But yeah, let's get into more pass plays. All right, RPO is on zone alert hitches. The reason I picked this play is, like I said, it's the only RPO, and hitches are really good. I'm gonna be honest. If you look for the guys in the middle, you'll probably never really get them. You can kind of fit those in, but it's really, really sketchy. So I look at the guys like this. This is when you'd be able to throw it. Any kind of like mismatch like this, like nobody's lined up over A, even though he still came over and guarded him. Like I said, it's hit or miss. You gotta watch it. But most of the time, I'm looking at the outside. Here, there's nothing. I mean, he's backed off A a little bit, so I might just read A. He's not there, then take the run. But you're looking for one player you think is going to get open. Don't try to read all of them. If you try to read all of them, it's a surefire way to start throwing like pick sixes on this. It's like here, I think like let's look at X. Yeah, Y's not going close. It's still kind of it's a risky throw. I'm not a big fan of it. Not with hitches on both sides, but you can't really change it or anything. I mean, I guess you can do this. You can motion this guy over. Hold on, let me do something else. I was just doing him as an example, but I think it'd actually be better to motion this guy over. And we can kind of make something work with this. Say, I won't let me motion him over. But that's about like, that's a good example of it actually working. All right, so now let's talk about all go. We got one high here. I mean, you guys probably see me do this a lot in my videos. Pretty much anytime there's a one high, just look for the seam. It's so easy to like hit the seams this year or burn people over the top. That was like a cover 3 match or like a cover 1 man. Against those, you're probably not going to get the top. So you can put the running back on any kind of route too. But here's where we kind of like tie the passing game into another video we did. So you see the leverage here. These slot corners, they're playing like inside leverage. So you can take like Y and put him on a quick out. This is how you would attack with 2 high. But yeah, look how open he gets. Just hit him on the sideline. This is your quick gameplay against 2 high, but against 1 high, it's a bomb play. Also here, you know, they're probably going to cover 2 man because they're pressed, 2 high safeties. You can look along the sideline. They're split so wide that you might be able to hit one of them along the sideline. We weren't there, but it was possible. Let's see. Let me see if this is man or zone. You can always tell by motioning somebody over. All right, yeah, I'm thinking that's man. So here's what I would do. Use a running back just to do like different routes. It don't matter what you do. Personally, I like doing a Texas, a flat, or a triple option. Triple options are really, really good. So I do something like this. And then you look for the seams. If they're not there, do something with the running back. It's there that time. I mean, it's easy 50 yards to whatever. You can march all the way downfield doing this. Just in this one play, really. Here we got 2 high, but we don't have leverage anywhere. So like I said, this is when you might honestly run the ball, but you can do a triple option too. Let me show you how this works. He's kind of like double team there, so it's not the best option on that. If he gets double teamed, just throw it away or take off with a quarterback. Yeah, same thing here. But most of the time, like, yeah, well, they started to break outside and didn't. I don't know. Overall, this is a good play, though. I want to show you guys, yeah, like right here, you have nobody lined up over A. So we do a slant or something like that, something quick. Yeah, pretty much just all go. It's not just a bomb play. Against 1 high, it definitely is. But against 2 high, you just kind of find space and attack that space. If you guys have more questions on that, watch that video I did about making quick reads and adjustments on the fly. That video I did, it pretty much explains it more than I'm going to in this video. All right, the PA slot choice. So with this play, we're pretty much just gonna run it stock. The reason I picked the wide offset instead of the wide is because of the play action difference. Like if you watch here, good play action, nothing wrong with it. But if you go to gun wide, I'll show you guys this too. Because gun wide's probably got better plays, to be honest with you. But where's it at? Yeah, PA slot choice here. Watch this play action. He kind of does like a little stutter step to the right. And then if I try to move after, he like sprints and it's kind of weird. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. It'll mess your timing up. All right. So for this play, all you really got to do is be able to read a defense just a little bit. Personally here, one high, I just throw Y on a streak and then watch A, see if he's going to do a, I'd imagine he'd probably do a streak or a curl. I don't think he'd post here. Yeah, he did a streak. So everybody's streaking. We kind of run out of room there. Oh, we still caught it. Yeah, this is a play that's really designed for like more, you need more space. Yeah, here too high. He's in like a cover 6. I can tell because 2 high safeties, one corner's all the way off on a cover 4, one's pressed like a cover 2. So that's a cover 6. So here, honestly, I'd run the ball because, you got 5 on 5. But but if you didn't want to run the ball, you can watch A here. See, I'm not sure why he curl. That's the only thing I don't like about these choice routes. The logic they use to curl sometimes is kind of weird. So, personally, if you see too high, bro, just put them on a post. Like, make them cross face at the safety, and then they'll just do it anyways. It's like, this is cover 4. Now we know he's going to post. And you can just hit him over the middle. The only time I wouldn't do that is like, yeah, I kind of want to streak him here. But for some reason, that little fade on that streak that he runs on the choice route is better. So I personally prefer just streaking Y and leaving him on whatever he's going to do. Yeah, see, he curled again for some reason. So we'll just throw it to Y. That's going to get knocked down, though. But yeah, one more. This is a 1 high. You can also kind of post against 1 high. It just depends. Depends on how they're playing. If you can cross face in front of the safety, I mean, it's a really good play. And then you can start getting the running back involved, too. You don't always have to do the play action. Like, let's put him on a triple option. Put him on a streak. And it's kind of like all goes, but you got one guy having the option of posting. So let's see what they do. We actually fried him deep there. I waited way too long to throw it. Cam ain't got that kind of arm. Yeah, let's try that one more time. Same setup. Well, actually, here's where I like audible to all go. Look how there's nobody over Y. I just put him on like a slant. Then hit him here. Just something. Actually, I think these formations are wide enough to where you could probably do. Yeah, you can put them on hitches too, so that's nice. You can kind of make your own RPO out of it. There goes A. See how explosive this can be? But anyways, we got a couple more plays we're going to talk about, so let's get into those. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention when I was doing the PA slot choice, I told you we were going to tie in motion in this this tight end here to the H-back position with the rest of the passing plays too. But yeah, if you motion this like H-back position tight end in, he's not going to curl. I've tried this a million times and he never curls. He's either going to streak or post. But it's a good way to make him think you're running. Like you make him think you're going to run the 0-1 trap again. The next thing you know, no, it's play action. And that post route kind of fries, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what it is, but his cut's really quick and it makes it really good. See, against double coverage, you can just kind of drop it in the bucket. It seems like pretty much every time they're gonna, yeah, just really good play. And it's a good way to confuse them about if you're running or passing. Make everything look the same, you know? Alright, here we have the play X replace. And I really like this one. There's a couple different ways you can run it. Honestly, it's really good stock. You just look for the hitch, don't have the hitch, but you have A on that little kind of weird route. You can always hit him. I don't know what you call that, like a up and out route, maybe? I don't know. I guess it'd still be a fade. It's a really good route. If you stem him up like twice, it's an even better route. If you get the right coverage, like he'll just break away from the safety like crazy. Like I said, you also got those hitches, so like I'll look wide, not there, B kind of there. Yeah, so we'll throw B. That was a bad throw. Let's see. Yeah, you get the running back involved too. Like put him here, and then you can kind of read a high low between B, maybe stem him up a little bit. Just kind of freestyle a little bit. Nobody ran with the running back, so we got him for some easy yards. I'd like to find a one high so I can show you something else. Yeah, see, he blitzed, so that gives us plenty of space to throw the hitch there. I'm gonna keep snapping it till we get a one high. Yeah, we got the hitch. Or not. Yeah, why nothing's there. So I'm gonna put him on like maybe a flat. Quick throwing. Damn, he still got there in time. They're not giving me one high. That's a risky throw. You can make it sometimes, but that's a risky throw. Here, let me just pick a play that's got one high. Alright. I can't find a play with one high without plugging in a second controller, so we're just gonna do this. It's basically a one high. You're gonna see one of the guys crash. But if you streak him, you can still get open pretty well. Hit him over the top. You guys already know. Slot streaks, they're OP. So that's all I'm gonna go in depth with about that. Alright, so now we're back against random defenses. Another setup I want to show you guys is like that dig does a really good job like cutting across the middle. So another thing you can do is do a concept like this. And you're just gonna quick read A to Y to X coming back across. I really like this kind of concept. There's a bunch of good ones like Y doubles, but we're gonna read. Don't really have A. Y is no good, but we got X coming across the middle. It's pretty much like Y is kind of clearing out for X, and that's what makes it really good. And then we'll like max protect here, see if we can get a little bit more time. Yeah, don't have A, don't have Y, but we got X right here. Try to possession catch. I don't know. It's pretty decent. I just love this kind of concept right there, the dig and the post. Probably best if you stem him up a couple. Yeah, you gotta get time in the pocket though. That's the only bad thing is it takes time for this one to develop. Let's try one more time. Just like that. Yeah, I love that kind of concept. Let's get into another play. All right, and the last one I'm gonna talk about is wheelies. Overall, this is just a really good play. I kind of wish they all had more of a post like what B runs instead of what X runs, but regardless, it's still really good. What I like to do, take this guy out, the running back, put him on a streak, motion him out, turn it into 5 wide. Reason being is he's a really good clear out for that little post route. And then if you want to, you can put something that's going to kind of hold the other safety. Like I like to put a corner route right here. And then we're just reading this one side. Like, see, sometimes you can hit him, split up the middle. Probably should have thrown that earlier. But it's definitely a throwable ball. Let's do it again. Ooh, or if they vacate the middle of the field, just take off. My eyes lit up. I always like taking off running. especially with Cam. But yeah, you just turn it in like 5 wide. Then we got B coming across the middle. Not too much about this play. Like I said, it's just really good. And you ain't even necessarily gotta put the running back out. If you just read that one side, he actually beat him on the streak there. Well, he had him beat. We just waited till he got a little bit too far out to throw it. I was waiting for B because it looked like B was going to beat him. Yeah, B's coming across the middle. You could throw that. You got to have time, but you can definitely throw it. Just like that. Pass lead down and in. I like to always freeform that kind of throw. Getting pressure off the edge. See, he kind of curled right there, which is perfect. Yeah, really, really good play. And all you're doing is reading one side. That's what makes it even better. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed that video, be sure to like and subscribe. We got more on the way.